This is Let's Talk About Soaps. I'm Stella Winston. I'm here with Cole at the rally to save the soaps across the street from Avery Fisher Hall, where ABC right now, ABC is the network that has gotten rid of All My Children and One Life to Live, and we're here to rally to make sure that they bring it back. And Cole, I'm told that you are not afraid of the mouse.
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay, now take us through the history. What happened? What led up to the removal of All My Children and One Life to Live?
Well, there was a lot of rumors going on for a long time that numbers weren't what they were going to. Numbers weren't what ABC expected. Disney wanted more for less, which One Life to Live was managing to do, but All My Children wasn't. And they moved him out to Los Angeles in this show of good faith. With a plan in place already to cancel. So really, ABC Disney was manipulating the viewers for a good 2 years before this happened. And then when the announcement came, it had been kind of leaked by the New York Post. And they kind of got the envelope pushed a little bit, so they had no choice but to actually come out and say what their plan was to act.
So you're saying that One Life to Live was profitable, but All My Children wasn't?
One Life to Live was actually the most profitable product in ABC daytime. It was consistently under budget. It was the only daytime drama with a growing audience base in all demographics, not just that magical 18 to 49 female demographic. And it was something like $300,000 to $400,000 less a week to produce as far as budget goes than All My Children, which is ironically about what it costs to produce The Revolution every week. And you're looking at a show that had less than 50% viewership.
Okay. So what you knew it was brewing, it was boiling. As a soap fan, what was your reaction? Could you see any way to stop it? I mean, you're here right now as rallying to bring them back. But go back to that time when they actually canceled the show, where they actually took them off the air.
Back in last April, I was one of the founding members of one of the Facebook movements, and which is now spun off to be something that I'm kind of entirely responsible for myself, much to my surprise. But we set up initially I believe it was a 15-city rally at the end of April of last year, and then I did a 25-city rally on June 20th of last year. So there's been a consistent amount of pressure, and what we've tried to do consistently is make sure that we never took our sights off of Disney, because we were very aware that this decision came from well above a Brian Franz level. And yes, was Brian Franz involved? There's no question. He has now paid the piper for that, and we wish him nothing but happiness in his future life. But the focus for me has always been to make sure that we were holding the right people accountable for these decisions, especially like in the case of a One Life to Live, when it was clearly a bad business decision. There are Disney shareholders out there who are losing money on this. And so really my plan of attack has always been to go after the money. If you're going to do this, if something like this is going to be successful, it has to be in the pockets.
You have to hit them where it hurts, where the money is. Now, you said Brian Franz was not directly responsible. There were people above him. Can you say who was above him that was responsible for making those decisions?
It's pretty much widely known at this point that Bob Iger and Ann Sweeney were involved in that decision. So we can't completely hold Brian Franz accountable for a decision that came partially from above his head.
So you did 25 rallies around the country. 25 cities. That is amazing. That's a lot of traveling.
That got me the cover of the Wall Street Journal, so I was happy about it.
Now, that tells me that you have a feel about what the country feels about these soaps being taken off the air. What did you experience? What was the pulse of the people that you talked to about ABC's taking the soaps off?
It's been a lot of disbelief and a lot of surprise, I think, has been the strongest feeling, and sort of a feeling of disenfranchisement, where people aren't feeling counted, they're not feeling important, and they're feeling like they've been ignored. They're feeling like their voices don't matter. Right after the cancellation notices were placed in the press, Brian Franz and Anne Sweeney's voicemails were both changed to say that anything that was soap-related would be deleted without even being heard. And that kind of a message being sent from a company that's supposed to be inclusive and family-friendly like Disney or ABC, to me is just kind of, it doesn't fit that family mold. You know, I mean, if you're going to be part of a family, you're going to want to listen to every member of that unit. And you've got 5 million members of your family not being heard right now. So, I mean, that's that.
Okay, Cole, give me a timeline of the soaps. Okay, they take them off of ABC, One Life to Live, All My Children, and they bring them to Prospect Park. Okay, Prospect Park didn't do anything with them. So the date that's in my head is July 17th. July 17th, that's the day that it's supposed to revert back to ABC. And supposedly, if ABC, Disney doesn't do anything with them, it goes back to Agnes Nixon.
That's true for All My Children, not necessarily One Life to Live. One Life to Live is a fully owned piece of property as far as ABC and Disney is concerned. That licensing agreement, there's a little debate over whether or not it's July 17th or it's 1 year from the day they went off the air. My bet is they're probably going to drag it out for 1 year after the day they went off the air to try to get us to shut up a little more than we have so far. And I think giving General Hospital that last year that they've given it is another effort to sort of ensure that the three fan bases don't merge and absolutely go ape donkey on them.
Now, you mentioned the three fan bases. That would be ABC, All My Children, and General Hospital.
All My Children, One Life to Live.
Okay, so you suspect that they may just like boot General Hospital eventually too?
Word on the street is that was the plan for this year, but they didn't want to risk the fact that the One Life to Live, All My Children fan bases would merge with the General Hospital fan bases, and it would just be way too much heat for them at the end of the day. You know, they never thought that they would see the kind of fan reaction that they continue to see a year after the cancellation announcement.
So as a strategist, you have your Facebook page and you're part of this rally. Have you been trying to get in touch with the General Hospital fan base to help shore up support for bringing back One Life to Live and All My Children?
Absolutely, and the GH fan base has been wonderful. You know, they're not thrilled with the fact that they feel like they have one hospital to live going on right now. You know, GH fans would be much happier if One Life to Live had its own airtime and its own proper space. And One Life to Live fans would be thrilled if GH could have its own space as well. You know, I've made no big secret of it that One Life is my first love.
So tell me, let's get a little personal here. Tell me, what has been your personal experience with One Life to Live? How did you start watching it? Who are your favorite characters? What was your favorite storyline?
Wow. I started watching One Life in 1983. Okay. I was about 7. And I used to watch it at night when I folded laundry with my mom. And, you know, my mom watched All My Children and One Life. I really only ever cared about One Life, even as a kid. I liked All My Children, but something about, like, Tina Lord, actually. If you got to go down to a character, it was Tina Lord and Andrea Evans that just grabbed me and pulled me in. Something about that feisty redhead wanting just to be recognized as part of a family and as part of you know, that world that she had been denied, really did it for me. And all the way through the last episodes where Tina and Cord remarried, it's something that just kept my heart.
Now you're wearing a very interesting T-shirt.
I am.
And what does it say?
Susan Lucci for president.
Okay, say it one more time.
Susan Lucci for president.
Okay, how do you feel about that, folks? Susan Lucci for president. Woo! Oh, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say to ABC or to viewers out there, General Hospital viewers, One Life to Live viewers? What can you do? Come join you on your Facebook page. This is your chance.
Guys, 3 words. Don't give up.